right?
I want to know what they do if you send them a videotape. What do they do with that?
I've been known to wish cancer on people, and our next guest actually did it, and it worked.
You wanted us all to be...
Well, maybe we should have him wish cancer on people for us.
Vincent Gallo is an actor. He's
an actor and model.
He's a great director and writer, too. He wrote a great movie, a director.
Buffalo 66.
Yeah, I love it.
Artie is a big fan of it.
I am.
Started out his career as a painter. Evidently was, according to the notes I have, a prominent painter, made quite a living at it.
Look at him, a Renaissance man.
Yeah, and then decided to give it all up and go into film because he felt it was an excellent there's Vincent Gallo. How you doing? Hey, man. Because he felt it was an excellent expression.
Right, a medium for expression. Can't do that. This is not an excellent medium for expression.
We don't have free speech. We live under the Taliban-like regime of the FCC.
Yes, so...
I thought you had one more day where you could say whatever you wanted.
No, you can't say the F word, my friend. Your first word's out of your mouth.
Day,
all right, I'm sorry.
No S word, F word, T word, a woman's breasts.
You can't say...
No. 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 That's why I'm surprised. I was reading in the Times that you're a big Bush guy. I was like, you know what? I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I know you're a big Republican guy. But I got to tell you, I've never thought it was...
Why is he saying that the Times effed him, though? He wrote this...
Oh, yeah, why'd the Times F you?
They had this broad call me up, Deborah Solomon, this real phony baloney, called me up, brown-nosed me, and she kept telling me that... I kept saying to her, listen, I've been misquoted and chopped and edited a million times. I'd rather not talk to you unless you ask a question, and I'll think it through very carefully, and then I'll write down my answer. When I feel it's perfect, I'll say it to you out loud. And she said, she said, no, just talk freely. As soon as we're done, I'll edit the whole piece, and I'll call you back, and anything that you said that I shortened or changed in any way, unless you're satisfied, I'll take it out. And I said, okay. And
you fell for that?
Yeah, I fell for that. You think, the New York Times, I forgot, this is, it was a memory from childhood where I thought they were a legitimate paper or something. I was in dementia. But they also said that they would use the photo that I supplied. So I give them the photo, I do this conversation with this witch, right. Deborah Solomon, who, by the way, just as make a mental note, Deborah, that I've cursed you with cancer, too.
Did you? It didn't work in the case, by the way, with Roger Ebert.
Yes.
Are you glad you wish cancer on him?
Roger's a nice guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's not a bad guy.
He's a nice guy. And
but you gave him cancer. I mean,
that's got to be a highlight of your life.
I gave it to him, but I put him in remission.
Oh, you did.
Yes, I gave it to
nice
him.
Of you.
And in the end, it was good for him because the scare is good. He's eating better. He's changed his whole life. He's exercising.
I feel you did him a favor.
In a sense, yes.
Tough love.
He gave you a horrible review for one of your films. I think it's for this film.
He gave me the worst, and that can you say prick?
Yes.
That prick sidecar Roper than half a man. You know what he said? At one point, Roger said in the review, I'll
read it to you.
Okay.
The film consists of an unendurable 90 minutes of uneventful banality. Imagine long shots through a windshield as it collects bug splats. Imagine not one but two scenes in which he stops for gas. Imagine a film so unendurably boring that at one point, when he gets out of his van to change his shirt, there's applause.
Yeah.
So you said Roger was a fat pig.
Yeah. Well, all the fat bastards in the world, don't pick on me for that, because it had nothing to do with fat people.
Okay, and then you said, not only is he a fat pig, you said if he lost 30 pounds, he'd still be a fat pig.
Yeah.
And then you suggested that he gained 30 IQ points.
Yeah, well,
or he suggested that. I don't know.
What did Roper say?
Well, okay, here's the... So on his show, he says, Vincent Gallo should bill this as the worst movie ever made, because people might want to go and see it as a curiosity piece.
Worse than Earth Girls Are Easy?
No, he said the worst movie ever made.
Okay.
So, and then Roper chimed in. That worm, I mean, he's a miserable...
You don't like him?
No, I don't like him.
Half a man.
He came in with, well... yeah, I guess if somebody told me in the corner of the room there was a pile of steaming hot excrement, I'd go over and look, but I'd be happy I didn't make it.
Do you agree? Do you agree with this review of the film? I mean, because I've read quotes from you.
Which film is this?
This is the Brown Bunny.
The Brown Bunny. That's coming out.
You've even said that you don't like the film.
That's another
misquote.
Misquote. It came out of a British paper.
Right.
They're animals.
They just say whatever they want.
They're pigs.
It says here, you say, this is a disaster of a film and a waste of time. I apologize to the financial people on this film. I assure you it was never my intention to make a pretentious film, a self-indulgent film, a useless film, and an unengaging film.
No, you couldn't have said that.
You couldn't have said that.
No, what I said was this was my idea of a good film. I make a movie because I'm entertaining myself. I'm making what I think is a good film. If people don't like it, I'm sorry for them.
All films are films that directors basically direct to entertain themselves and hope that you will get in line.
Absolutely.
But sometimes a director can see that he didn't go, like it wasn't, he had a vision and
if the film didn't work, I would have worked on it until it did work.
So it works for you.
Well, you came back.
It's the best thing I've ever done.
When you get so you do love the film,
and the film's the best thing I've ever done of anything.
You got so angry with Roger Ebert that I'll read it to you. And by the way, I am not putting you down for this. I have wished cancer on my enemies many times, Robin, as you know. Lowry Mays now has a brain tumor, doesn't he?
Yes,
so it has worked for me as well.
Not to sound like the Prince of Doom or anything, but everything in my life that I wanted to happen, good and bad, has sort of happened.
Me too.
I mean,
we're both crazy.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You're saying everything you've ever wished on anybody has come true?
If I've had a focused, long-term
hate.
Uh-huh.
Where does your anger come from? Where do you think the anger comes from? Bad father? Mother? What happened to you?
They were not the greatest.
Bad. Where'd you grow up?
In Buffalo.
There you go.
The whole city. The whole city.
Yes.
And is bad.
Yeah.
Used to be able to say that. A-hole, yes.
They're the kind of a-holes in Buffalo. By the way, they hate their own. There's no homecoming there.
Nobody's proud of you.
Proud of me? The worst reviews in my life. The worst. There's the radio Sandy Beach, this jerk, Sandy Beach.
Sandy Beach?
Yeah, Sandy Beach.
Okay, yeah.
Fresh name.
There's some creativity.
Yeah.
I've heard of Sandy Beach, actually.
He's a bum. A real piece of work, a bum. But he still trashes me every day because they didn't like Buffalo 66. But,
really?
No, they hate it. My worst reviews.
Let me ask you this. If you could say to Roger Ebert right now anything you want to, would you... I see he's on the phone. He's on the phone.
I'm way over.
Roger.
Hi.
Hey, Roger, how you doing?
I'm okay, Vincent. How are you?
I'm very good.
Vincent claims he did you a favor by giving you cancer because you are now a health fanatic.
And you've lost weight.
You lost weight, and in fact, it's probably the best thing that ever happened to you.
Oh, without a doubt. But unfortunately, Vincent's aim is very bad. We were talking in Chicago, and of course the reports were that he hexed me with colon cancer.
Right.
And what did you get?
He said that was totally incorrect. That was another example of the press being inaccurate. He gave me prostate cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. So
it's only because I'm suffering from prostatitis.
Inside of a barn.
It's only because he failed biology that he screwed that up.
It's because I came out of a prostate massage just before the person. I don't know if you've ever had a prostate.
I have. My doctor has given it to me.
Okay, right.
Yes.
I was getting them once a week for a while there.
Why?
Dr. Holden, because I had an enlarged prostate. I think because I held back once or twice.
You two have
an idea for the last scene in the film.
You two have since made up.
Yes, I think so.
But Roger, made up.
You stand
Roger's
by
my idol.
But Roger, you stand by your review.
I'm not saying if I do or not. It's going to be reviewed on Ebert and Roper this weekend.
Ah.
Now, Vincent does not like Roper. What did you like about?
No, I just did. He called that line, the steaming pile of excrement.
Don't you claim, Vincent, that you also wished cancer on the now deceased Gene Siskel?
Oh,
and that you were responsible for his death as well?
I was joking.
You were joking?
I was joking.
I believe you were for real. I really do.
He's really a witch.
Yeah. So
actually, Howard, which is worse? To say that he made the worst film in the history of the Cannes Film Festival, or to say it was a steaming pile of excrement? Which is the greater insult?
Well, Vincent stands by his film and says it's his best work ever.
I think the excrement line
excrement is really getting to him.
Yeah, because that's the worst film ever made. I direct that, you know. What is the worst film ever made, Vincent, in your opinion? If Roger says... Roger, do you really feel this is the worst film ever made?
The film that played at Cannes in May of 2003 was the worst film I had ever seen there.
Now, have you fixed
However, I have seen the new version.
So he did do a new version.
Is that the worst film?
No new version.
It is 26 minutes shorter, and let me tell you that I did not miss one single second of those 26 minutes.
So Vincent, in a way, you, after this horrible critique, went back and...
No, that's not true. I locked picture for the unfinished version of the film in March, and I continued to cut in March and April and part of May, and then went to Cannes. So the film was worked on before I went to Cannes. I had to show the film to have an extension on my completion date, and that's why I showed it in Cannes.
All right, so it was an unfinished film.
I think the fact is, Howard, that if you see the film today, and if anybody ever gets a chance to see the film that was at Cannes, which may be on the DVD for all I know, you'll conclude that the film was not finished when it went to Cannes.
Vincent, in your opinion, what is right? If your film is not the worst film ever made, what is the worst film ever made?
Wow,
You're very critical of your own industry.
Well, maybe the worst film you've ever seen. Maybe you haven't seen it.
You've even called De Niro a hack, I think.
Well, no, what I said about De Niro, and, he's never forgiven me. I mean, if you say my name around him, he makes that...
that face.
Yeah, that one face.
What did you say about him?
I said that he's he's influenced a bunch of...
bad actors?
Bad actors, yeah. He's had, negative impact.
Because a lot of people will try to...
Well, there's there's 1,000 people calling themselves actors doing De Niro.
Who are the De Niro clones? Would you include Sean Penn? I think he's a good actor.
I like Sean, yeah, but he had, he flirted with the De Niro clone, but he is a good actor. He's
moved on his own.
Who are the De Niro clones? That's a good question.
DiCaprio?
Ed Norton? No. Leonardo's a real movie star.
No, you said Leonardo's the best-looking girl you've ever seen. Didn't you?
Is that true?
He is hot.
That was a compliment. That was a compliment.
He's a hot chick?
I just meant that he was really handsome.
Yeah, talking about that, Howard, you know the most amazing thing that Vincent told me?
What?
He doesn't like the way he looks.
Ugh.
I know lots of chicks who want to do him, so...
Yeah.
When he was doing some modeling, people called him a model, it made him feel bad.
Well, that's because...
he knew that he wasn't a model.
That's right.
His mother knew what he looked like.
There was a time...
I don't know why he's... I think he's got a very striking screen presence.
Thank you, Roger. There was a time where they were putting...
look at this love fest.
No, they were putting ugly people with pretty girls in fashion. And Calvin Klein, Richard Avedon used me for Calvin Klein. And that was the point.
You're a handsome man.
But I've seen ugly.
I'm sad. How come I never got called for that campaign?
If you want some ugly people, I know a few.
Get in line. He's putting me next to Giselle Bundchen. She'll look better.
All right, so Roger, this is essentially patched up. It sounds like a love fest to me.
Well, I didn't take it very personally in the first place. If you're a critic, you have to be able to take it as well as dish it out. If I'm going to call his film the worst film in the history of the festival, that to me is really more of an insult than wishing me colon cancer, pancreatic cancer, whatever kind of cancer he wished.
An ingrown toenail.
I don't believe in it.
Well, Roger,
it didn't really bother me. And furthermore, I know that actors sometimes feel like that, and very rarely do they say how they really feel. Now, I once received a long letter from Sean Penn defending his performance in a movie, and it was very thoughtful, and I was so grateful for it. I had criticized the performance. I was so grateful. It wasn't just, stick your butt up your ass. It was more like, here's what I tried to do, and here's why I think it worked.
Let me guess the film where he played a retard?
Yeah, that was awful.
Was it when he played the retard?
Yeah.
I knew it. What a hackneyed performance.
What a De Niro
What was he trying to do there?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I didn't like it either, but I appreciated Sean Penn's spirit.
Right.
And incidentally, I also appreciated the fact that Vincent Gallo said exactly how he felt, because this business of keeping a noble silence is boring, among other things.
Right.
Well, Roger, can he look forward to this week's show?
I'm not supposed to reveal anything, but let me put it to you this way. he doesn't get 2 thumbs down.
Oh, interesting.
Did I tell you, Roper?
That half a man.
So who voted thumbs up? The guy that thinks you made a steaming pile of excrement, or the guy who thinks you made the worst film ever made?
We'll tune
Which
in.
one of those 2 guys likes the new version better?
What a good tease.
Hey, Roger, when is that on? So we'll give you a plug because I got to go.
In New York, it's on at 11:30, I think, on Channel 7, ABC.
All right, thanks.
Hey, Roger, say hello to your wife for me.
I will.
All right, thanks.
Take your wife, Roper.
Take care.
The new Vincent Gallo. Making friends and creating bridges.
Yeah, Rick Rubin always says, looking for friends, finding enemies. No, looking for enemies, finding friends, the Vincent Gallo story. No, he has an incredible wife, and they have a really nice relationship.
Yes, it's a black woman he's married to. You know that.
It is.
You do know that. Were you shocked?
No.
I was shocked a little
Shocking
bit.
to me.
I didn't think he could get a black woman. I'll be honest with you. I didn't think he could get a woman.
Not hip enough.
No, they really like each other a lot. So
Yes.
it made me feel lonely.
You will never marry, you said, because you like feeling alone. You like feeling isolated.
I'm used to it.
Yeah,
I'm used to it.
but I know you have sex with a lot of different chicks, and you're not a fan of women. I don't think. I don't think you like women. I mean, you say horrible things about them.
What does he say?
Yeah.
Everything that guy's saying in private.
He said it's in public, huh?
He says it in public.
Yeah, he thinks
That's
they're dumb.
good.
No. The woman who services you and gives you oral in your film. I think this film is controversial because there's
real sex.
There's an actress in there named Chloe Sevigny.
She's hot.
Sevigny.
She's a piece of ass, that chick.
She's pretty, yeah.
How's her oral technique? Was it good? This is a clip of
Did she
her.
get an Academy Award?
Some brown bunny.
That sounds like Brown Ducky.
That's a great thing about movies. You could get a hot actress to give you oral.
No, you think... Let me tell you something. When you're in L.A., you could get the head from walking from one hotel to the one next door.
Right.
You don't work 4 years...
For Chloe Sevigny to give you oral for real. Couldn't it have been simulated?
And is that acting?
So why did you film the audition?
Seriously.
I was using pornography is things used to enhance sexual pleasure, sexual fantasy. I used icons of pornography and attached them to consequence, guilt, grief.
Was she good at it? Bottom line.
When you do things in a film, I know this is hard to believe.
Don't you tell me this.
No, when you do things in a film, you remember it in the moment afterwards.
But you were able to get aroused in the film. A lot of guys can't perform.
Well, you know what I was going to ask.
Not a certain period of time, and then go into an emotional breakdown. Now, come on.
That's very good.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Hello. But I'm asking you a serious question.
Wait a minute. I'm asking one thing, though. Did you have to do several...
We did more than one take.
You bet you did.
Unbelievable.
Back to back.
That's fantastic.
All right, this film that you are promoting, Brown Bunny, you say you lost 30% of your hair. You gained 10% of your hair into the color gray. You lost your house. You lost your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You destroyed your body.
Yeah.
You can't sleep anymore because you hurt your back so many times with all the equipment. You haven't had a good night's sleep in 3 years. You sacrificed a social life. You sacrificed your relationship with your best friend, who is Johnny Ramone.
Yeah. Johnny's been very ill, and as a matter of fact, this morning he went for a very important procedure, and I send my best wishes. I hope everything goes okay.
But he's mad at you, isn't he?
Why is he
He's a little mad.
Why?
Because
you haven't been there for him.
I haven't been there for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, another Ramone is sick?
Didn't he know you were working?
He did, but once he retired, suddenly everyone should have free time.
Oh, I see.
You know.
Right.
One of those.
Right. He's free, so you should be free.
Right.
All right. Talk about some of your other co-starlets. I mean, you
remember little Christina Ricci?
Yeah. Why do you badmouth her so much?
She was
Christina Ricci, a little chubby girl.
Right.
Why is she bad?
She's sexy.
I find her sort of engaging actress. Thought she was good in Monster.
She's good in Buffalo 66.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really awesome. She's awesome, I think, and beautiful. I felt that at a certain point, I was surprised that she didn't seem to respond to the film and certainly didn't support the film. But I wasn't mean to her. We had a nice relationship while we made the film.
Here's what you said. I'll quote. It's okay when she wasn't drunk on the set.
Yeah, she was much better. When she wasn't drunk, she was much better.
She drinks?
I think she's an alcoholic. It was either that or she was on cough syrup the whole time.
Wow.
I don't like her. She's an ungrateful C word. But it's okay. She's basically a puppet. I told her what to do and she did it. Come on. When you say that about an actress, when you call her an alcoholic and stuff, it's hard for her to get people to work, isn't it?
Yeah,
and she's on cough syrup.
Alcoholism is a self-diagnosed disease. Who am I to judge?
Right, you're not a doctor.
Who am I? I'm not a doctor.
Right.
And I hadn't actually seen her do the things that I felt that she was doing.
Why is she the
You
C word?
didn't see her drinking, you just assumed.
Yeah, you said, well, you smelled her breath.
I see.
All right. So you're saying, so you feel she's the C word because what, she was mean to you?
She was just like, she had the miserable publicist, Mira Buxbaum, and they decided to promote the opposite of sex because it was the fag film.
Right.
You know, let's promote the fag film. Yeah,
right.
That's what happens in Hollywood.
Yeah, because there's more fags to support the fag film than there is to support the non-fag film.
Oh.
You have made so many... Susan Sarandon dislikes you because you called her an old hag.
Well, first of all, she's an old hag, but that's besides the point.
She can't get upset about that, can she?
Why is the maker of the Titanic, James Cameron, a pig? You called him a pig. Why is that?
Did I call him a pig?
Yes, you said. You once called director James Cameron
a
pig.
If I called him a pig, then he's a pig.
Is he, though?
Well, what did he do?
He's a pig.
Are you mad because he put Leo DiCaprio in Titanic and not you?
I would have done. I would be the first one in any of those films. I'd be so happy. The only reason I did movies, I'm from Buffalo. You know, there's no money there. There's nothing.
You haven't made a lot of money in movies. You're not doing it for the money.
I do it for the money.
You do?
I do it for the money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you do it for the money once you get there. When you first were in radio, you do it for things. Pathological things,
get my father's attention.
Money, get your father's attention.
Right.
Once you're there, then you do the best job you can. But what gets you there maybe is simple things like survival and ego and revenge.
Quentin Tarantino is an a-hole, you say?
Oh, he's just
he's a jerk?
Jerk.
You've hung out with him?
No, he stopped once. He was nice. He pulled in front of my house. But he's a collage artist. I mean, he's,
He's not a real director. Too much weed?
I didn't say it, right?
You made a fingertip motion like you were smoking a
day and night.
Day and night.
Really?
Day and night.
Well, that's Kill Bill 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Day and night.
But you dated Chloe Sevigny.
No, we sort of. We didn't do that. We didn't do that. We sort of. I liked her very much when I first met her years ago, but I mean it was 10 years ago. Something.
But your relationships with women. I mean, your girlfriend Bethany
Ritz. Yeah,
you said you sold your house because you couldn't get rid of the smell of Bethany. I mean, you're a very passionate man, aren't you?
Well, I mean, do you want to? Live with a girl? Do you want to live there after the girl's gone? Do you want to? What do you think?
I'm emotionally detached, so don't ask me.
I got to get rid of it. I burn everything. I erase everything. I got to get rid of everything because then you're not really. There's those guys in L.A. They got their bachelor pads and they sort of. There's 10 different girls that go in and out of their lives in the same house. You got to change the house.
But you're a ladies' man. I mean, you've been seen hugging and kissing Daryl Hannah. You've made it with her, right?
No.
But you hugged and kissed her.
I made out with her one time.
How do you get to make out with a Daryl Hannah? Tell me the secret.
You move right in.
You just walked up to her and made out with her.
You move right. You put your head down a little. You act like a little sensitive little bunny.
Right.
And then you
the artist.
Right the artist. I pretend that I'm an artist.
And you didn't go any further than that. Why?
No.
Why not?
I'm very fickle.
Not your type?
She's really pretty and everything. She's very tall.
Too tall for you?
I think so. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Felt intimidated?
No, just that there's a certain reach and range. I like things to be in a certain spot.
You dated Paris Hilton even. You went really
for the
vapid cut.
What the heck
How was
is
that? What's it like to go out on a date with Paris Hilton?
Fun.
Really?
Paris is the greatest.
Sexual?
Can I say? Yeah, it's the greatest.
The greatest sex. I saw the video with her giving oral to that guy. I thought it looked great.
She was trying out for your movie, probably.
I made a movie with her about 5 years ago called Honey Bunny, where she's spinning around. I put her on a spinning table, and it's the best looking footage of a girl. I've ever seen.
And she was very young when
Very
you got
young,
her.
yeah.
Must have been like 16 when you got her.
Yeah, was
No,
she legal?
I don't love ageofconsent.com. We'll look it up.
Right. But no, so you had her. How do you? What, did you go to bed with her a lot, or just a one-shot deal?
I hung out with her a few times. She's one of the greatest, the sweetest, greatest girl of all time. Paris.
I would like to have sex with her.
She's great.
I wonder if I could get to have sex with her.
It's not the sex. It's the whole. She's a very.
But she's very vapid, isn't she? I mean, you're a cerebral kind of guy.
I'm trying to figure out if he's a cerebral kind of guy. I'm not so sure.
She has qualities and behaviors that are unusual and interesting.
Tell me what they are. I mean,
give us an example.
She has an interesting point of view. She has an original point of view about everything, and she's a bright person, very bright.
Why didn't you stay with her then? You want to be the laughing stock of Hollywood? Is that it? What would be the reason that you wouldn't stay with her?
I wasn't in love.
Right. All right.
What's not to love there, though, man?
There's a lot to love.
Ton of cash.
Yeah.
Right, so get into the political thing.
I don't think they're that wealthy. I'm the richest poor person in the whole world anyway. I mean,
where do you live?
I have a house on Perry Street and West Side Highway in the Richard Meyer Building, but I didn't move in there yet. I'm still staying at my apartment on Elizabeth Street.
You're afraid to leave Elizabeth Street, aren't you?
There's something, I don't know if you've ever lived in a place for a long time, but...
it's a tiny little apartment that you first got.
It's 300 square feet.
Right, and you won't leave.
Oh, my goodness.
Then I own, like $7 million worth of real estate that I don't live in, and I don't rent it. It's not like I'm...
So it's just sitting there?
It's sitting there.
Wow.
It's hanging there.
That's where Scorsese
like an icicle.
But you make big money in your investments. Yeah. You're a smart investor, aren't you? That's where you made all your money.
I can make money going to the dentist if I'm in the mood, if I'm focused. Yeah.
It's easy for you to make money.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I've never lost a penny in my life on anything.
You're a very successful painter, and you gave that up.
Yeah, there wasn't enough upside. You know, I mean, here I would be. I would be borrowing money now.
As a painter.
Yeah.
So explain the political thing to me, and this is what doesn't make sense to me with you. I am not. By the way, I am no liberal.
No,
I backed Governor George Pataki. I backed Mayor Giuliani, Senator D'Amato. I backed.
I love D'Amato.
Whitman.
Was really fantastic.
I've had tremendous times with these guys, and I believe in them. So I'm not. But Bush is absolutely dumb.
Well, the president.
He's the Chloe Sveyenge of presidents.
Chloe's very bright.
Okay.
The president's job really is delegating power. Other than that, he's posing for pictures and
well, he's delegating to the wrong people.
I think he's put together. There's some bright guys and gals.
The whole connection.
There's bright guys and gals in that administration.
I believe this.
The liberal mainstreamers are revolted and repulsed by the sensibility of the lowest class of working people, working Americans, but they become somehow elitist when they legislate. They pander to the most crude sensibility, like beauty pageants. They win a beauty pageant, they say, I want to feed all the homeless people, I want to feed all the starving people in the world. I mean, it seems to me that... I'm
going to have to smack you around.
It seems to me
one would have to be slightly unpopular to have profound vision.
The movie is called The Brown Bunny.
Yes.
It opens tomorrow in New York and Los Angeles and in theaters everywhere.
And do you think this administration will see this movie?
Forget the movie. No, probably not. I'm not embraced by the men and women that I love.
Republicans pander
to the movie
to the wealthiest traditionally.
Make sure you vote for Bush. Please.
And make sure you vote for Kerry. And let me just say something.
Don't vote for Kerry.
Even if
our show will be off the air. And by the way, the religious right wants to do away with movies like yours with oral sex in it and free expression. Yes. And that's not the Republican way. It used to be Ronald Reagan's and Barry Goldwater used to say, hey, let's have a society where we stay out of the bedroom.
Yeah.
And they've gone away from that. And stem cell research should be allowed. Vincent, you're really not for Bush. I don't believe it. For a second, I think you're doing it to shock me today.
No, I'm really for...
You don't care about
not only do I like Bush, my favorite girl in the whole world is his daughter, Barbara.
Barbara Bush.
Mm-hmm.
Not the ex-first lady, Barbara Bush.
No, I liked her, too.
You did.
I liked that she didn't dye her hair.
But why is Barbara Bush the younger your favorite girl?
She was just the I sat next to her at a fashion show once, and
did you come on to her?
No, she ignored me the whole time.
Really?
But she said to people later on that she was shy and she liked me. She was just shy. But
would you have oral sex with her?
I'd be
put her in a film?
I'd be happy to just walk around with her.
All right. Well, there it is. We do disagree on one thing, then. Let's go over to George. Take a few phone calls, Vincent.
Okay,
people seem to be anxious to speak to you. Go ahead, George.
What's up, man?
Hey.
Hey, listen, man, I just wanted to say thank you so much for screwing over PJ Harvey, man. Her new album is unbelievable because of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You went out with PJ Harvey?
No, she was. I never went in there, touched it, sniffed it, nothing.
Nothing.
Howard, that's
a
so
good
untrue.
friend.
Tell us everyone you've had sex with.
Not so many famous people. I go with broken down, lost girls.
You
That's
like
my
that?
thing, yeah.
You like to save them?
No, take advantage.
Oh, you like to take advantage
I like to be
of them.
the last straw.
Okay.
You know, like the thing.
You like to break
Just
them.
before they're in the mental institution.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I get them. No, I get them there.
He's like a halfway house.
Let's go to your hometown of Buffalo. Allison from Buffalo. Go ahead.
That's word, and up and up and up.
Come on, everyone's missing it.
Can I say crap?
Yeah, crap.
Go
Go ahead.
take a crap if you're
we
from
will.
Buffalo.
We would take
You
big
miserable bastards. You're all miserable there.
Why do you hate the Buffalonians so
Because
much?
he was
You're
very lonely in
10-cent
Buffalo. That's
nickel
why.
and
Buffalo
dimers.
would be lonely if you
go
had
to the
nobody.
Mighty Taco and have a meal.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I hope
Allison.
your next movie is as good as the last one you made.
Yeah, thank you. Then it'll be another masterpiece, you moron.
All right. So obviously things went badly in Buffalo.
You know what? I've
Were you
I
unpopular?
take the high road. I've taken the high road with Buffalo a million times, but those days are over.
Did you graduate high school from Buffalo?
Let's say I had my ups and downs with school.
Is your family still there?
Yeah, my mother and father.
You talk
and
to them at all?
my sister. Now and then I say hello. I'm a nice, I bought the car.
But you hate them.
No, yeah.
You do.
Can I ask him something?
Why do you hate your parents?
I'm
Seriously.
only kidding.
Yeah,
My
you
mother's
do.
not. No, my mother's really nice, and my father. I liked my father when he was more of an evil bastard, though. He had the stroke, and he's not evil anymore, and I liked him better. And now I do.
It's like, Dad, what good does it do me now if you're nice?
Right.
Yeah, I would have liked you younger.
Right.
What is it?
I don't know how much of the notes you saw, but it said there that Vincent, when he was 12, was a chronic self-pleasurer.
Right.
And
who was
he did something that his father caught him doing, and I can't remember what it was, but he said his father beat him for 9 days, then left for 2 weeks because he was so embarrassed by what he did, and then came back and beat him for 6 months.
I got arrested for exposing myself and masturbating. Yeah, I did. But
Where were
in
you?
Buffalo, I was on a bicycle drive. I would go up to women in office buildings that were working late.
Really?
Show them my.
What, did you ever go to a psychiatrist to figure that whole thing out?
I went to a psychiatrist for 11 years, but
Why expose yourself? What was the reason?
we never really. I don't know, some sort of.
You still get into it?
No, not at all. Not at all. That's the interesting thing is that you start to look for anything else that could enhance, could make
your pleasure.
Come again. Right. So there was books, there was magazines. We broke into an adult bookstore. We took porn. We did everything we could.
Were you like a thug? Were you a type of a criminal or something?
Criminal.
Criminal.
Yeah, not a thug. Not a thug. No.
Criminal.
I would say helped people, but a criminal.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would pleasure yourself 10, 15 times a day.
I had Vaseline in plastic pouches planted all over Buffalo with porn. I swear.
So your father.
So I get one day they bring me
by the way,
home.
I was a chronic masturbator.
They bring
5
me
times
home.
a day. 5 times a day.
They bring me
Not like
home
you.
to the cops come and they say go in and call your family. My father was sitting in the garage, which they converted
because they had caught you in front of a woman.
Yes.
A housewife, a woman with a family,
office woman,
probably with a family.
Family, yeah. That's more of a turn on. Yeah, of course, a MILF.
Yeah,
that's
what I like.
Yeah, you like the MILFs. So you would. The cops caught you. They bring you to your father, and he beats you.
No, I go upstairs in my room. I had a cross in my room. This was my last God moment. I looked at the cross and I begged God, please make it yesterday, turn the clock back an hour. Who's gonna notice?
Right.
An hour, and I won't get caught, and I won't do it again. As I hear the cops, and I hear the cop car out there. My father comes in, and it was a 9-day beating, and he told me, that I was never allowed to be happy again, that I ruined the family, that I should never be happy again. A year later, a Brock commercial came on. He smacked me in the head.
Right, you're trying to beat this
I
out of
laughed once. 2 years later, he choked me. And until I was 30 years old, I would go visit Buffalo, and any time something he didn't like, he would say, "And don't think we forgot what you did." You know. And then one day,
Hey, well, wait a second. You did more than that. You did more than that. You exposed. Did you ever expose yourself to people after your father whacked you around? So it worked. The old man knew what he was doing.
The old man was a genius.
A genius, yes.
The other interesting thing was Vincent said that his mother never really looked at him the same again. That the relationship
of course
changed.
not.
Right.
Well, it was that and the fact that I had blonde, straight hair and a little nose, and then I became Rasputin. She didn't like that.
What happened to you've had sex with men? Or no? Have you ever been a male prostitute?
No.
That was part of your legend.
What I did was I danced once at a gay burlesque called the Gaiety as a punk rocker because you know the punk scene and the fag scene was sort of intermingling at that time. So I went up. I had a blue mohawk. Somebody said, "Yeah, you just danced to a song." I put on a punk song and danced. And,
naked?
No. You could do that. That's how you got more tips and things. But I just danced. I got $3.
So you never had sex with a man?
No.
Oh, all right. You're not gay. Yes, Marianne from Brooklyn.
Yeah, hi, Vincent. I don't know much about you, but I started reading about you in the Times and the Daily News and different articles, and I kind of really like you. And what's this thing with picking Cheryl Teague for your movie?
By the way, I like your accent.
Yeah, she's a beautiful voice.
Beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful. I like Cheryl. I didn't know her as a child because I was into other girls. I liked Charlotte Rampling. And,
did you have sex with her?
No. But the best kissing of my whole life, honest to God, not to beat her up or anything, Cheryl Teague was the best makeout of my whole life.
Those girls? Who's the best sex of your life? Famous person.
Famous person.
Best sex ever.
The famous girls don't.
They don't do it.
They don't do it?
Angelica Houston.
That's all she gets.
Yeah, ask what's the worst.
What's up with Angelica?
You hate her,
She's
right?
a miserable thing.
She's in Buffalo.
Angelica Houston is miserable?
Oh.
Really?
Oh.
Why is that?
Spoiled, nasty, selfish, ego. I remember when we were doing Buffalo 66, I needed to change something, the time, 15 minutes, and I asked Ben Gazzara first. I didn't ask Angelica first. Okay, that cost me 600 roses.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow. It's hard to be a director. You have to put up with egos. Oh boy. Yeah. Too much, right?
So, you know, I work with
you never use her again.
People who don't know they're even being filmed now. And the Brown Bunny, almost other than Chloe and Cheryl, but Cheryl doesn't know actually when we're filming, but no one else even knows they're in a movie.
Smart. That way that way they don't bother you.
Yeah, and you throw them a few $100 and you're a hero.
All right, let's go to Zolar. Zolar, you're on the air.
How come it says Zola? I said I'm Phil, the fag, and he doesn't be very open about his experiences in the Gaiety is what I'm calling about. You remember when you used to pleasure men back in the Gaiety?
Stop saying that word. That doesn't happen.
Over on the air, Tom.
All right, let's go to, you want to take two more calls?
Sure.
All right, let's go to Reed. Reed, you're on the air.
Vincent.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? Just want to say thank you for making such amazing movies. Don't look back to Buffalo. If they give you a hard time, just keep on pushing forward.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Let's go to Anthony.
There's some love out there.
Damn right. Anthony, go ahead.
Howard, huge fan of your show. You're the best. Let me say this. This guy is such a poser. I mean, come on. Angelica Houston, Susan Sarandon's a hag, De Niro's derivative, Tarantino's a jerk. I mean, is he serious?
Yes, he is serious.
Yeah. I'm serious.
What's his opinion?
He didn't say De Niro's derivative.
He said people are derivative of De Niro.
He didn't name names.
De Niro's brilliant. I just said the people who sort of imitate him, it wasn't a good generation.
Yes, Gallo, you're on the air.
Hello. I would first off, I want to say I'm a huge fan of Vincent Gallo.
Okay.
Buffalo 66 is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
There you go.
But, and he's also, Vincent's got a reputation from some people of being a real a-hole.
Right.
But if you ever meet him in person, he's the nicest person you could ever meet. He's just amazing. And I just thought I'd bring up a few things you could ask him about.
Okay.
First off, you might want to ask him about Christina Ricci taking a pee on the set of Buffalo 66.
Is that true? She peed on the set?
No, she peed in a restaurant. A restaurant in Buffalo.
What's wrong with that? You mean not in the restroom?
No, in the middle of the dining area.
Wait a second.
You're kidding.
You're saying to
but
me...
it helped the guy when he mopped up later on. Wait.
That's a serious accusation. You're saying you're working with the actress Christina Ricci.
You go out to dinner.
You went to dinner with her.
No, the crew. I've never gone to dinner with anybody in a movie in my life.
You will never do that?
No.
Why?
I stick to myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she, according to the crew now, this is what you heard secondhand.
And from the restaurant owner, I had to sort of smooth things out.
She went to the bathroom in the middle of the floor.
That's what was told to me by the crew members who had escorted her and by the owner of the restaurant.
What, is she like Reagan in The Exorcist? She just stands and goes?
Did you ask her why?
No. Just,
you just happened to get the movie over.
Trying to finish the film.
Right. All right, well, there it is.
And also, I got two other things.
Yeah.
You might want to ask him about his Buffalo 66 commentary, which I think Universal said that was so libelous they would never put it out on DVD. And another thing you might want to ask him about how he was one of the people who helped recover bodies during 9/11.
Oh, were you?
I did some metal work there. I didn't touch any of the bodies. I was a welder, so.
You used to be a welder, so you went down there and volunteered your services.
Yeah, there was so much toxic. I had so many eye splints, and it was so unhealthy down there that I wound up taking. I had a rental car, fortunately, right at that time. I had just been in the Toronto Film Festival, and I left New York immediately because it was so
toxic.
So toxic at that time.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you luck with the film.
Thank you.
Brown Bunny. He's a great guest.
Is it going to be in a major release, or is this going to be like a limited?
It started off very small, but it's going to be already in about 100 theaters, so that's way more than Buffalo 66.
Yeah.
And by the way, Buffalo 66 was heavily panned as well, yeah. And I was booed then.
It's great. You're like Frankenstein. I mean, people just turn on you.
I've never really gotten that movie. I tried to watch it. I never really got it. I had to bail. I'm sorry.
It's honestly in my top 20 movies of all time.
I know you talked very highly about it. I couldn't.
I love it. Yeah, I'm a Giant fan.
What was going on?
I'm a Giant fan, so I like seeing anything.
You should. I have the Super Bowl 25 videotape.
So do I.
If you watch that, it's like a dramatic film. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The thing I don't
I got through so little of the film, I don't know what they're talking about.
The thing I don't understand is why make out with Daryl Hannah and not push to go further.
Exactly.
Making out is nice. Making out is nice.
Yeah.
Making out is if you don't like the girl, making out is horrible.
Who do you hate?
If you like the girl, making out is the greatest.
Who do you hate the most in this world?
Who do I hate the most?
Who do you wish cancer on right now?
Let me look.
Yeah, who's on your cancer
Take a look through your book.
Donald Forst from The Village Voice, Deidre Williams, that pig from the Buffalo Evening News.
Oh, good, you do have a list.
Colin Brown, the editor of Screen International. Lisa Schwartzbaum, you piece of crap from Entertainment Weekly. Dick Peck, the queer who gave me the bad review in Art Forum. Teresa Peters, Kirsten Dunst agent, who ball busted me just before we were supposed to shoot with Kirsten. Other than that, I mean,
that's it. All right, so that's it.
By the way, Evan Bernard, Russell Simmons, I get money to say their names. I want to.
Do you? I believe that.
I want. Oh, you know who's the worst of them all?
Who?
You know this girl Paula Froelich from Page Six, and that guy Chris Williams.
Yes.
Yeah, them.
You don't like them. Why?
Oh. She's just a mean, nasty, smelly, scuzzy broad.
Wow.
Disgusting. Yeah. And Paula, go ahead, write whatever you want, because you're next in line for a curse.
Good for you.
Yeah. I'll curse both those horrible boobs.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Check every day, girl.
Yeah. Feel the lumps.
See what happens when your father beats you for 15 straight days?
I'll tell you.
You see the anger?
Whenever you see
Vince, to thank that man. Look at what it turned to.
I know that anger, pal. You got to do what you got to do. Listen, it feels good, though, right?
feels great.
Yeah.
I should get my own radio show. It's the greatest.
Get it. Man.
Now I see how you wake up in the morning.
The only reason to wake up is to curse people
See, now
out.
you're relieved.
Yeah, you're fine. Who have I wished cancer on? I've wished so many people.
Oh, God, there was that guy in Chicago.
The guy in Chicago, yeah.
You prayed to the Lord Jesus that Arsenio Hall gets AIDS.
Right.
That didn't work.
How do we know? How do we know?
How do we know? He probably does have.
Prove it.
That's right.
Prove it.
What is it?
The guy in Chicago, you wished way more than cancer on.
I know.
And we got in a lot of trouble for that.
Yes, we did.
We got into trouble?
We got yelled at by some people.
We got yelled at.
Can I say what you wished on him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
You wished that, I think you said you wished that the family dog would get AIDS in his dog bowl and then give it to everyone in the family.
Right, yeah, the whole family was supposed to go down.
They were going to get it from the dog.
Yeah. The dog would infect the
I
rest of
even
the family.
remember that guy's name, I won't mention.
Yeah,
That's clearly a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah.
And then Lowry Mays, of course.
Lowry Mays, which, by the way, came true.
Yeah.
Thank God. I wish for a very specific type of brain cancer, and now we've seen it happen.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have talent, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't ever get my line wrong.
You know what? Unfortunately, most of the time, we're in battles with people who are equally talented. So, our exes get sort of mixed out.
That's right. All right, listen. You come back. Make a list of all the people you want to have cancer.
Okay.
And I'll let you come on and read it.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Anytime you want.
Know.
That
You
sounds
should
good.
warn
No,
people.
once they know, that activates everything. Yeah.
Call in anytime you want. When you have a cancerous wish. All right? Vincent Gallo, everyone. Go see the film The Brown Bunny. See for yourself. Watch Vincent get oral.
Yeah.
See
what that's all about.
From a hot actress.
And
Real
are you
oral.
well endowed? You're showing yourself.
Believe me, he must be. He's busy showing it all over Buffalo.
Who would make a film where you could see their bird if it wasn't
I've
gigantic?
seen that happen.
Good for you.
Harvey Keitel, right?
Yeah,
Right.
What happened there?
And Richard Gere.
And these guys, you can't keep them in their pants.
There are guys who do show their wiener despite its
How
small...
about the ass shot with the Douglas guy? Remember with the Sharon
Michael
Stone?
Douglas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who wants to see that?
Oh.
It was like a broken down ham hock. Yeah. It was sad.
Vincent Gallo, everyone. We'll be back right after these.